up, Dokkanners? Welcome back to Tsunami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Today's video is all about the 50% support units. These units are so good, but so irritatingly rare that you could argue they're more rare than LRs based on the number of times they appear on a yearly basis in Dokkan. That's not an exaggeration. Let me explain. Take a look at this unit right here. This is the Tech TN. A lot of you beginner players and some of you veteran players may not even have these units. I'm one of them. I'm in that same situation actually. This is Tech TN. This is the 50% support for super tech units. As you can see in his passive, tech type key +3, and additional attack and defense plus 50% for super tech type. This is the only 50% support I have in the entire game. There are 9 other units out there that I still have yet to pull a single copy of because I've been very unlucky. And turns out I was extremely unlucky because these units are so good you can use them on practically any team that you're running for that particular type. I always see different showcases from different channels running these units and I'm just thinking to myself, boy, wouldn't it be nice to have those units? We never get the opportunity to summon on them because they don't come around all that often. So today's video is going to be about when these units have been around and just how good they are, and if they are to come back, would you summon? The answer should be yes. At least a little bit. So before I go over when they last appeared, I wanted to bring this up because I was recently looking at the 300 million download celebration. The reason why I was doing this was because right now, Global Dokkan and JP Dokkan, we are waiting on bated breath to see what the 350 million download celebration is going to be all about. At the moment, we are all heavily leaning towards the Cell games being somewhat involved in this celebration, but we don't know for sure. But because of that, I've been looking at the older celebrations just to see what we've had and what we might be getting in terms of units, free-to-plays, EZAs, and all that. So I went to go look back at the 300 million download celebration. Fun fact, this was actually the first download celebration that I was able to be a part of from the start. I started playing Dokkan at the end of the 250 million download celebration, but this is the first one that I was actually able to be a part of from the start. So I remember this one very vividly, and what's crazy is when I was scrolling down looking through all of the stuff that we had during this campaign, I came across this fun little thing right here. The support banners were all available for 4 days at a time in consecutive fashion back during the 300 million download celebration. That was 2 years ago basically, and since then, we have only had one other download celebration. That was the worldwide download. That one we didn't really hit a milestone because we were still in the process of getting to 350, which we now have. So that begs the question, could this potentially come back during the 350 million download celebration? I would surely hope so, because ever since this happened, we had the support banners randomly show up in different campaigns. So we'll start with this. I was scrolling back through the timeline of 2020 and I came across this. So this int support banner was around until the beginning of March, and if we scroll back, we had the AGL support around until the middle of May. And I'd like to point out, on every single one of these banners I summoned, and every single banner I got shafted. For the STR one, we had this one. Oh, this one is actually pretty close to the AGL one. AGL one ended at the middle of May, and this one ended at the end of May. Interesting. So the STR and the AGL were pretty close together. After that, the Tech one last was available during the middle of June and ended around the end of June, I'm assuming. And then finally, the last support banner we had ever in Dokkan Global was the beginning of September when the physical banners were out. So that was the last time. So September of 2020, we are now in the middle of August of 2020. That's almost a full year. And since then, we have not been given the support banners to summon on again. But that doesn't mean that we have been shafted. Maybe it's supposed to be our once a year type deal, kind of like the Dragon Ball Heroes. If that's the case, we could be coming up on these banners coming back. Because, like I mentioned, with the 300 million download celebration having this, and the 350 coming up at the end of the month, it's a pretty good guess to assume that we might be getting that then. And if you don't know just how good these units are, let me show you. So we'll start with the AGLs. We'll just go in order of the typing in the box. Basically, they all do the exact same thing in their passive. They all provide key +3, attack and defense plus 50% for their respective type. They randomly change key spheres of a certain type to the particular type that they support. And then they also have a nuking passive, attack and defense plus 20% per key sphere obtained. Their leader skill is also the same, key +4, 120%. Their super attacks is actually where the variation takes place. So for the Pan, supreme damage to the enemy and raises allies' attack by 25% for 2 turns. For the Meta Rildo, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, and seals super attack. I actually like this one a lot. I don't have the unit, but I like that. That one's actually pretty good. For the Tien, causes supreme damage and greatly lowers attack and defense. This is the only one that I've had. Thankfully, it was this one because it gave me plenty of opportunities to try the punching bag event with my LR Goku Frieza. This was a great unit to run with the Goku Frieza. The extreme side of the tech is the Cell. So the super attack causes supreme damage, greatly lowers attack and defense. Oh, it's exactly the same. I wonder why those two are exactly the same. For the Gohan, for the int side, causes supreme damage, raises attack and defense by 30% for 9 turns. This is excellent. This is a really good one. Okay. For the Vegeta, permanently raises attack, causes supreme damage, and the medium chance of stunning the enemy. Then for the STR Kabe, we have causes supreme damage to the enemy, raises attack and defense by 30% for 9 turns. So this is exactly the same as the Gohan. Okay, but I think this is the best support in the entire game, though, because this one raises defense infinitely, causes supreme damage, and has a medium chance to stun. So this can be run on the Legendary Goku event. You can actually stack defense, and he can actually hold his own. So that's a really nice unit. Probably the best one. I don't think we have anything that can beat that. For the Gohan, physical, raises attack, causes supreme damage with a medium chance to stun. I like how most of these guys stun, and then some of them just do nothing. Causes supreme damage to the enemy and recovers 18%. I spoke too soon. So the Super Buu recovers 20% HP, basically, causing supreme damage. But this is what they're all capable of. This is the part that everybody values so much, and you see this on a lot of showcases. You could basically see this as 2 supports. Some of the more accessible support units that you have in this game right now give you about 20% or 30%. Nowadays, we're getting more 40%, but this is still the #1 version of a support. So it would be really nice for Dokkan to allow the players to actually be able to summon for these units. And as I mentioned, the last time that they were available was randomly during various campaigns. We got the int one during this campaign. I don't even know what this was. Filled with energy. What even was this? What banner was this? A legendary summon? Oh, was this for the God Goku? Maybe? I think this is for God Goku. Yeah, this is for God Goku. So that's where you got the int support. The STR one happened. I think this is Goku, or the Gohan Day, Goku Day thing. Yeah, this is for the Goku, Gohan, Goten. So during that one, we got the STR banner. Physical one, I think, happened during Kefla. Yep, this was during Kefla's campaign, the one that everybody skipped. People were pretty much tuned out for that one. The tech one happened... This was during Beerus. Okay, this is when Beerus first showed up. We got the tech banner. And that's also when we got the TURs for those units, because they were originally 40% supports, but they only recently, in the last year, got the TURs for those guys. And then the AGL showed up during the Rising Dragon banner? Okay. So there you go. Like, it's just so random. They happen randomly throughout the year. It would only make sense for them to consolidate all of them again during the download celebration, when we're celebrating the fact that over the span of this past year, we have accumulated enough of a fan base to warrant 350 million downloads. I feel like this is a good time for them to do this. Hopefully they do, because if they don't, I don't know how much longer we're going to have to wait. Because after that, when is the next time that we could conceivably see these guys come back? I don't, maybe, you know, Golden Week, Tanabata or something like that, maybe Christmas? Maybe Christmas. If it doesn't happen during the 350 million download celebration, it'll probably happen during Christmas. But I'd like to think that they're not going to let this sit for over a year and not let the players be able to summon on this, because, man, based on how badly I need them, since I don't have them, I might theoretically want to summon on this more than the actual download celebration banner, because those guys come back fairly regularly. These guys don't. They only show up once a year. You not only have a chance to summon on these 2 supports, but you can also get the LRs. Bardock, Trunks, Broly, Androids, and Cell. So it's not just about the supports, people. You can also get some LRs in there. And the rates for those LRs are much higher than normal. So these banners are just absolute gold. Dokkan, bring them back! Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments which support units you have, which support units you don't have, and which ones do you really, really, really need for whatever reason. Punching bag event, Dokkan event, Legendary Goku event, whatever it is. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.